Welcome back to my comprehensive guide for beginners. In this video, I'm going to cover actually just a really simple thing. How do you earn credits? So there's kind of like an RPG system here, but it's, to be honest, very bare bones and simple. A couple things that you can do with credits, of course. First off is in the garage here, you can buy cars and you can also sell them. And you can also upgrade your staff. But really, I'm going to focus on the first part as if you just started this game. So let's go ahead and click here into events. Okay, so as we can see here, this brings us right into the events page. The one thing that we're really only going to focus on is to the left here, the career rally. And there's a couple things you can do. You can actually change the difficulty, but really the only thing that you can change is hardcore damage. If you're just starting off, leave this off. It doesn't really change how much money you make anyway. So why don't we go ahead and enter the career mode here. So what you're going to be doing in this mode is you're going to be challenging the AI in a full championship. And honestly, it's the best way to upgrade your cars, simply because you're going to be driving in a single car for a long time, and that's what you need to do in order to get more engine upgrades. The other thing is you cannot set the difficulty. It's going to be set on the easiest mode when you first go through the first championship. And each time you win a championship, it's going to up the difficulty level. And I think it goes up to Masters is probably the top AI difficulty. And it's important to know that even if you don't win a championship, you're still going to be getting some money out of this. So, you know, it's still a great way to earn money, especially if you're just starting off. And I'm going to explain a little bit as to why. Here, we're into our vehicle select menu. And if you're starting off, you're probably going to get this here, the Lancia. Great thing about this car is that maintenance costs are free. Let's go ahead and select it. Let's do our repairs. I just go ahead and do the recommended. Doesn't really matter. Just check, make sure that you got your engine upgrades. So for more expensive cars, this goes all the way up to 6. For these weaker cars, only goes up to about 4. You know, make sure if you can, these are good things to buy first off. Let's go right into it. All right, now we're in this service area menu. First menu option you have here is to start, which just starts the rally. Shakedown, which is just a way to test your car. Repair vehicle if you need to make any more repairs, because since there's going to be multiple stages, you get further chances to repair your car in case you make any damage to it. Change your tires, tune your vehicle, and regular options. And you can also retire and quit. But just want to mention that for tuning, let's not focus on tuning our vehicle. I'm going to probably go over that in a future video. Especially as a beginner, you don't want to deal with this right now. But what you do want to do is go into tires here. So I got Monte Carlo, which is actually a special stage because there's ice and snow. And so it automatically selects winter tires, which is what you want for this particular tarmac stage. Most cases, though, you're going to choose soft tires always. You're going to see usually soft, medium, and hard, but always, always, always choose soft if you can. Unless you're doing Monte Carlo, in which case you're going to do winter tires. I think there's also Sweden, but you can't even change your tires on that track. And also for tarmac stage where it is rainy. And you have to make sure that in the future stages, if there's any tracks that have a wet stage, you want to choose wet tires. You'll find out real quick why you want to do that. And the way that you can check that is actually to go down here into event details. As you can see, this will show you the future tracks that you're going to be going on. All of these is just dry surface because it's Monte Carlo, but it'll tell you right over here under conditions if it's wet or dry. And if it's right before a service area, so if this stage was a wet surface, then I would change my tires to wet. So definitely do that, because trying to drive on a wet surface with anything but wet tires is awful. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off the rally. So what are some things that we can do in order to, get the most money that we can? Well, one of the first things you can do is you can watch my video on basic racing techniques and follow that to a T, because that's going to probably the most important thing is going slowly and just finishing the race. Okay, so now we're back here on the events page, and actually you can see here on the career rally that it shows you that you are in progress. If you use a car in either career or any of these other events, then unless you finish it, you can't use it in any other event. Okay, so if I'm using the Fulvia in career mode over here, then I will not be able to use it in these other events until I finish it. When we move over here to the other kinds of events, I just want to quickly go over them. Well, you have dailies, you have weeklies, and you have, let me show you. So we have dailies here, and then we also have weeklies and monthlies, okay? So monthly is kind of like a smaller championship, typically about 3 locations, and you have a whole month to complete it. The thing about this is that you first need to build up your garage, right? Because as you can see, down here is going to tell you what cars that you can use, you know? So if you're just starting off, you actually wouldn't be able to do any of these unless you've purchased DLC, because they just would not be accessible to you. You have to go into the previous menu here and buy some cars. So dailies are a very good way to just make quick money, because as soon as you finish it, you get a little bit of money, and you'll get that money the next week. Or I'm sorry, the next day. Typically, since it's only one track, you won't sustain much damage, so repairs are usually pretty cheap. With a weekly challenge, you're going to have just one event in one location, so it will be like 8 stages or something like that. You know, so you have to be a little bit more careful with your driving and make sure that you have the right car for that. So it'd be good to have a little bit bigger bank just in case that you have a major wreck and you need to repair your car. This is a little trick to get some money. Even if you enter and you only finish a stage or 2, when this weekly challenge or monthly challenge finishes, you'll still get that money. So it can be quite a lot. If you enter your car here, you finish a stage or 2, you come back 5 days later, you'll find out that you'll have an extra 200,000 credits in your bank. You only had to race 1 or 2. And that's nice if you have a bunch of cars already in this class. I mean, this class only has 2, but the 2000cc class has a bunch of cars. So even if you just took one that you don't even drive that often, finish a stage or 2, you're going to get quite a lot of money, which is really nice. And the monthly challenges, even more, like it'll give you like 1 million, 2 million credits straight up, even if you only finish 1 or 2 stages, which is a great time saver, and it's a great way to the money. I mean, obviously the big disadvantage is that you have to wait 30 days. What you can do is just wait until the day before the monthly challenge finishes, you know, enter your car, finish a stage, and you get $1 million the next day. It's fantastic, right? So that's a nice little tip there for you. I hope some of these things will help you get started in the game. Just one last thing, something that would be very helpful to start off is in the staff menu. You can see here I have it fully upgraded, which is not really necessary. You actually probably only need 3 engineers. But what you would do is go over here to your co-driver, and you want to upgrade all of these first when it comes to your staff. These are really useful, especially if you crash or fall off the road. Helps you get back on the road without wasting too much time. And also with your chief engineer, this is just going to help speed repairs up as quick as possible, you know. And really think about the kind of cars that you drive as well. For me, probably you will want to do chassis repairability the most, because that's the first thing that breaks. And then after that, you know, think about the kind of cars that you drive and which ones that you use the most, and really focus on those. Especially with 4-wheel drive, because 4-wheel drive is the most expensive thing to fix. So that's a little something that can help you get through stages without wasting too much time and help you repair your cars faster. And honestly, like what I have here is overkill. You don't really need all that. So that basically covers it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.